Welcome to Scott's Slasher World. This week, I'm going to be showing off my cassette tape collection. I'm going to start with the horror movie cassettes first. We got A Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master. This is the 80s cassette tape. Very, very cool. And I will show off a lot of newer cassette tapes, and I will mention them when I do. Actually, the next one is a newer cassette tape. It's Freddy's Nightmares, the series, and it's from TerrorVision. And any of the tapes that I talk about from TerrorVision, you can buy at terror-vision.com. And they're all newer cassettes. These are all new releases. Here's another TerrorVision. It's Friday the 13th, Part 8. Jason Takes Manhattan. I love this one. Really, really cool one. Love that I have this. I wish I'd have gotten, I think they released parts 1, 2, and 3 all in a row, and I missed them. And they sold out. Let's see, next up is WNUF 28. Frank Stewart Investigates Halloween. Very cool cassette to have. I love the orange. This is the Chris LaMartina movie. Next up, we have a couple more TerrorVisions. Actually, this is not horror, but I'm just gonna, it's John Carpenter, so we'll put it with the horror films. We have Escape from LA. Both came from TerrorVision. Really dig the packaging, love it. Next up, we have an old school Psycho 3. Probably picked this one up at Goodwill, if I had to guess. Also have another TerrorVision release. You gotta have Chopping Mall. Gosh, I love that cover. The Jim Wynorski film Chopping Mall. Look at this cool. I love the TerrorVision does such a great job with their releases. I love the red cassette tape. We have an old school version of The Lost Boys. This is the original motion picture soundtrack. Probably got this at a Goodwill for like 50 cents. Also, Shocker. Wes Craven's Shocker. It's no more Mr. Nice Guy. Love that one. I can't remember where I got this one, to be honest. We also have Jaws 3D. Very cool cassette. I think this is white. Is this white? Yeah, look at that white with the blue writing. That's so cool. Came from Goodwill. Probably got it for about a 50 cent or $1. Also have Winners Tape All, the Henderson Brothers story, the original motion picture soundtrack. Very, very cool release. I believe I got this when I bought the Blu-ray. So Winners Tape All, very cool movie. Highly recommend you checking that one out. And the last, horror related, though I do have some like metal stuff that's kind of horror. But we have The Sounds of Halloween. Comes with the Ghostbusters, Monster Mash, Thriller, Purple People Eater, scary sound effects. Next up, we're going to do soundtracks from movies or TV shows that are not horror at all. We have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze. I did find the tape that I used to have as a kid. I used to play this all the time back in the day because I was a little kid when this came out, and I was a huge Vanilla Ice fan, and I played Ninja Rap over and over and over. I recall taking my boombox outside and like practicing dancing outside because I had like a plug-in on the outside of the house. And it's just, I used to love that song. I didn't care for a lot of the other songs on the track. I finally learned to like a couple of these. But yeah, I mean, a lot of these are really cheesy. But that Vanilla Ice Ninja rap song still slaps. We got Beverly Hills Cop 2. Really dig the presentation of this. White cassette, very cool. We have the Two Coreys, Dream a Little Dream. Very, very cool. Love this movie. I even kind of enjoy the sequel, even though it's very dumb. I love the part 1 though. It's a really cool film. We also have Miami Vice. Love the colors, love the pinks and the teal greens. Also have Miami Vice 2. There they are, chilling on the car there. Love that. We got Rocky 4, the best Rocky. Really dig Rocky 4. For some reason, it is my favorite. It's like watching a huge music video. I know people like 1 and 2 because they're more serious, but 4 to me, that's where it's at. And the last one I have is the Dick Tracy Everything Comes Up Blank. And you can find this on my channel. It came with a book, children adventure book or whatever. So I scanned all the pages. And if you haven't checked out my Dick Tracy Everything Comes Up Blank video, I highly recommend you check that out. I think you will enjoy it. Next up, we have the Jasons Blood in the Streets cassette. Look at that. Look how cool that is. I love the way they designed these cassettes. With the blood all over the cassette. So cool. Love that. Check that out. Check out the Jasons. We also have Leatherwolf. This is a really cool metal band that I'd never heard of, but I bought this cassette at Spookables just because it looked cool. I love that spine. Look at that. It just looks cool. Really cool. This is an album I recommend checking out by Leatherwolf. Check that out. We got, this was one doesn't have anything, like it doesn't have any kind of imagery, just the cassette, but it's The Boy Who Drew Cats, The Water Ghost of Harrowby Hall, Blood in the Cellar, Don't Ever Kick the Ghost, The Scared Ghost, Esteban, and The Ghost. Just like a storytelling thing. I forgot to show this one off during my like movie, TV stuff. This is an audio book. This is Star Trek Klingon. This is kind of the fanciest one I have just because it's in this big box. You don't see that often. Very cool though. I think I got this at a yard sale for like $1. That's really cool. I like that. Next up, we have Green Day's Dookie on cassette. I absolutely love this album, love this cassette. Might be my favorite album of all time. I love Insomniac as well. I mean, it's right up there. Nimrod too, and a bunch of the other ones, but this one really holds a special place in my heart. Green Day's Dookie with a really nice blue. And then we got the really cool fold out. A lot of the times, cassettes didn't have this. Some of the older ones did, but a lot of times they didn't have like the lyrics and stuff in the cassettes. I think I got this from Movie John. I traded him something for this one, I believe, but love this album. Awesome cassette. Let's see, we also got Motley Crue's Shout at the Devil. This one is, I think, my favorite Motley Crue album. I love this one. So good. We also have Motley Crue's Girls, Girls, Girls. Solid album. Motley Crue's Theater of Pain. Another fun one. I like all of the 80s Motley Crue albums. Anything out of the 80s though, I'm not a fan of. I just couldn't get into, but I love anything they did in the 80s. Motley Crue's Dr. Feelgood album. Classic album. Probably my second favorite album. This is probably a lot of people's like favorite. This is probably my second favorite. Next up we have Vanilla Ice to the Extreme. I was telling you before that I loved Vanilla Ice as a kid, and this was the album. When this came out, I loved it. Loved Ice Ice Baby and Play That Funky Music and all that good stuff. Hooked was a good one. Great album. I like it. Still like it. We also got Quiet Riot Metal Health. That's a fun one. This one's got a cutout. I think I got this at a thrift store. We have DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. It's Home Base. Fun little album. Next up we have Men at Work. Business as Usual. Classic album. Probably their most known because of Down Under. And Who Can It Be Now? Another one that's really like a big hit for them. I also have another Men at Work album, and it's Cargo. I feel like these are their two strongest. It's the two that I own on cassette. Really fun one. This one has It's a Mistake, which was their biggest one. From this one, I feel when this is the biggest one from Cargo was It's a Mistake. But a good one. Next up we have Weird Al Yankovic in 3D. I got this one for real cheap. Is it one of those Goodwills? It's like a bin. I think I paid like 10 cents for that thing. So we have, but seriously, we have Hello, I Must Be Going. We also have my favorite, which is No Jacket Required. We have another copy of No Jacket Required. Told you it was my favorite. I had one just in case one messed up. Because I got them real cheap at a thrift store. I think all those came from thrift stores, all the Phil Collins, or Goodwills. Phil Collins, Face Value. And, no, we got one more. We got Both Sides and Phil Collins Live. My favorite Counting Crows album, August and Everything After. Love this rock band. This was a big album for me in junior high. Loved Round Here, Omaha, Mr. Jones. No, actually I like the whole thing, but you know, Rain King is a good one. But you know, Round Here and Mr. Jones was the two that was played non-stop when this came out, and I loved every bit of it. Loved the videos for those. Very cool album. Love the Counting Crows. I have the classic Cyndi Lauper album, She's So Unusual. Love this one. Has all the hits that everyone knows. Girls Just Want to Have Fun, Money Changes Everything, She Bop. There's another one on here that was When You Were Mine, Time After Time. Yeah, I mean, this one was classic. We also have NXS, Kick. I think it's the best NXS album. Got this one at a Goodwill for $1. Got this at a Goodwill. It was Bee Gees' greatest hits. Not a huge fan of the Bee Gees, but this one had the song that I liked, and so I got it. We got some Garth Brooks cassettes. Was a real big Garth Brooks fan as a kid, so I got these two. These were my two favorites as a kid. Had these both as a kid, No Fences and Rope in the Wind. And the last one is Till Tuesday, Voices Carry. That's all for this week. Let me know down in the comments what your favorite cassette was that I showed off this week. And also help me grow this channel by liking, subscribing, and hitting that bell notification so you never miss a video.